Hello everybody, this is Oak Tree Tarot Reader here and welcome to my pick a card video. So today we're looking at what to expect in July 2019. Now if you happen to come across this at any other July, like July 2020, 21, 22 and all the rest of it, it doesn't matter, it's still relevant to you. You can still have it as a timeless reading. It's just that I've recorded it for July 2019. So, as always, remember that this is a general reading, so you just have to take what makes sense to you for what's going on in your life at this time, and if it's obviously not compatible with what's going on for you, then just ignore it and leave it aside and listen to the rest of the message. So, we have option 1, 2, 3, and 4. The timestamps will be in the comments section and in the description box. All the information that you need about the decks, my Instagram account, and about buying a private reading from me is all in the description box. So check there first, please. But before you go ahead and click to your timestamp, I want you to close your eyes, relax your body, take a few deep breaths in and out, and get in a relaxed, calm state. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Let go of all of your expectations. Let go of all your fears, all your worries, all your anxieties. Let go of what you want to happen. And then ask yourself, what can I expect in July? When you feel ready, make your choice. Trust your instincts. Don't doubt yourself and don't overthink it. Just trust your gut. When you've made your choice, go ahead and click the timestamp. But if you need a little bit more time to do that, then please press pause. And I shall see you at your reading. Okay, those of you that chose option 1, this is your reading. What can you expect in July 2019 or any other July? So we start off with the Page of Arrows, Wren, and the 9 of Arrows, Dedication. Now the arrows in the Wildwood Tarot is air, for those of those interested. So let's get the others first before I start rushing ahead and reading them. Let your friends help you, ask for and accept support from others, and yes. So straight off, the Page of Arrows is telling you what to expect is that you're going to be incredibly watchful. You're going to find out all the information that you need before taking action, and you might even find, for some of you, that you don't actually take any action in July. You know, you might just be doing the research, waiting for things to develop, because the wren, you know, is sitting on the branch, not being active, but being incredibly watchful. You know, the wren's keeping an eye out for all predators and working out a plan in order to either dip in and get something to drink. It's a very dangerous point for any animal. They're very vulnerable when they're drinking and eating, and creating any plan to go off and forage to try and find something to eat in this snowy land. So yeah, I think you're just going to be watchful. I don't see an awful lot of you necessarily taking much action in July, either with something that's going on in your life or your plan. And actually for a lot of people, July is the month where you would go away on holiday, travelling, or take a break from work. You know, the children are off school or something, you know. So that could be resonant for that. But we also have the 9 of Arrows, Dedication. It is a time for you to start thinking about dedicating yourself to something, and you might, you know, I think you can expect watching out for how you can dedicate yourself to something. So some of you are really thinking about what to do next, And July for you is that process time of where you're thinking it through, finding out new information, watching and waiting before taking action. Because this young lady, like, it's actually, you know, deceptively, it looks very active, that she's got the bow and the arrows and she's shooting them, but she's not paying attention to what she's doing. She's thinking very deeply about something, firing these off. And it looks, you know, in a way, either she's deflecting arrows that are coming at her, defending herself while she's got time to do what she's really meant to be doing, or she's actually just flinging out these arrows one after the other without any thought to where they're being shot at. So this just speaks to me of somebody that's not really getting an awful lot done in July. Overall, this card actually means, in terms of this particular deck, is that it's about dedicating yourself to something, more specifically like your life's purpose. So some of you might be really starting to think at the moment about what to do with your life in some aspect. So if you're younger, you might be leaving school and thinking, well, what am I going to do now? You know, maybe you're going to university or college in September. And so this is a process period where, you know, you're waiting for results to come through, or you're just relaxing and chilling and you're not having to actually do anything at this moment in time. It's sort of a lull for you. But I absolutely feel that this is a time that you should enjoy, because there will be a time of activity. So enjoy your restful period, enjoy the time and the freedom to do the things that you want, and keep an eye out for the things that you should be paying attention to. And for some of you, it's time to start thinking what you're going to dedicate your life to, what's important, what you're going to commit to. And that could, of course, be anything. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. So some of you can expect a point where you're going to have to be asking your friends for help. And that can be in any avenue. I mean, this is like a young lady getting married. So some of you, because if we're going to take this as the love part of the reading, is that maybe you need your friends to set you up with someone on a blind date. Oh, I know who'd be really good for you. Let me introduce you. Others, you just need the support of your friends because you're emotionally vulnerable. Maybe you've had a break, you split up with someone, or you feel vulnerable because you're not meeting the sort of person you'd like to be with, and you need your friends to support you, to be your companion and to be some people that you can talk to. And they will support you, you to accept it. So you turn to your friends and say, oh, I really need a girls' night out, or I need to be out with the lads. They'll be there for you in July. So if there's any point in regards to your love life or anything else where you feel that you're a bit isolated and that you are alone, reach out to them and they'll be there, because it just speaks to me so much that you've got lots of waiting and processing and thinking. It's just quite an inactive month for you, which some people might be thinking, that's so boring, I don't like that. But this is you do need lulls in life. You do need quiet periods where you're not really doing anything. So as I say, enjoy it, especially if the weather's good. Wear your sunscreen, of course, but then just enjoy yourself. Have some time for yourself and to have fun with your friends. Yes, I don't know how to say anything other than yes. So if you have a particular question or you have something that you really want to happen in July, as long as it's not too fantastical, like winning the lottery or anything that is just physically impossible, the answer is yes. Or, is this a good idea? Well, yes, as long as you use your common sense, as long as the idea isn't really stupid or dangerous, then why not? But yeah, I feel that some of you, there's something going on and you're sort of wondering what the answer is, and in a way you're being told that yes. So hopefully that's a good thing rather than a bad thing. I also think that this is referring to positive mental attitude. If you have the positive mental attitude of yes, I can have this, I can do this, it is possible, your month will be a lot better. So it is possible that you can ask your friends to help you, and they will. It is possible that you can dedicate yourself to something, and it is entirely possible that you can just relax and be watchful and not make any permanent choices or decisions or take any permanent actions in the month of July. It's a nice, quick, simple, easy reading for you. So yeah, just enjoy your time off, or your time of mundane repetition for some of you. Some of you are at work, hence that's what you're firing the hours at. You're just doing the job, but you've really got your mind on something else, and that's fine. So yeah, that's your reading, those of you that chose option 1. I hope that it's helped you. Please like, comment and subscribe. So I wish you all the best of luck for the future. Please take very good care of yourself. Thank you very much for listening to me, and goodbye. Hello, those of you that chose option 2. This is your reading. What to expect in July. Let's separate them. Right, so I'm just going to put them out first and then we'll interpret them en masse. So we've got Queen of Arrows, Swan. Arrows is the air, like the swords. And the Wanderer, which is the Fool. Romance next. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. And big happy changes. That's nice. I mean, we've got 2 cards here that are suggesting the big change. So this is good. This is absolutely brilliant. So what I see here is the Queen of Arrows, this one, is in a position where she's leaving. She's leaving behind the pond there and moving into the bigger pond here. She's leaving behind a situation that doesn't serve her anymore. She's sad about it. She's regretful. She's still looking back at what she's leaving behind. But she absolutely is paddling towards the other pond. And I think this is what you can expect in July, is moving. That doesn't necessarily mean literally moving. You know, if you're thinking, but I've just paid off the mortgage, I don't want to move. It doesn't mean that you're just moving house or moving to a town when you're perfectly happy where you are. It's moving inside yourself. It's an air, it's the mind, it's words. You're thinking in a different way, or you're going to be thinking in a different way. You're going to be thinking critically because it's the Queen of Swords. But you are absolutely moving on from a situation, a place, a mindset, or a relationship or friendship, workplace that doesn't serve you anymore, and you're leaving it. Even if you don't physically leave those things and physically detach them, you know, actually coming out, in your mind, you are swimming away from the pond that you shouldn't be in to the pond that you should. And you're going off on a new beginning. Some of you, yeah, you're going to be travelling. It's July, it's the summer, people are off work, the children are away from school. You're most likely to travel during July and August, you know, particularly in the Northern Hemisphere. The school term system allows that. So yeah, some of you are going to be travelling. But I think this is an internal journey. You're going off on a new adventure. You're leaving something behind and moving on to something brand new. And you don't quite know where it's going to lead, but you're still moving forward in hope and faith that the path will be safe for you. Yeah, you know, you're just moving. You're just letting something old go and starting your new cycle, starting your new journey. I did do quite a while ago a video on starting a new cycle. So have a look through the rest of my channel if you haven't already seen it, and have a look, see if there's any of the sets that you're attracted to, because there might be something that will help you further on this journey. And of course I will do a private reading for you. Just have a look in the description box, read, and then send me an email with what you're looking for and your question and all the rest of it. But yeah, you're definitely starting a new journey, and that could be in one aspect of your life, but some of you could be just completely having a massive overhaul of your life. So whether you're focused very much on your career or your love life or your own religious spiritual development, something new is coming. Now you can read this as actually directly related to your love life, but I'm also going to extend it to other aspects of your life because it's such a general reading. So it's saying that your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. I feel that for some of you, your love life is, maybe you are attracted to or with somebody that is of a different cultural as well as religious background. You know, they were born and raised in another country, or by, you know, immigrant parents, and that sort of that difference between you is causing issues. Some of you, it is literally that they are of a different faith. You know, if you're very spiritual, into tarot and sort of astrology and healing and all the rest of it, and they are like Christian or Muslim or Buddhist or anything, Jewish or anything, it's influence, it's a difference between you, and it can impact on relationships. It doesn't have to, if you're both willing to work on it and respect each other's religious faiths, you'll be fine. But in other aspects where that's clearly not about your love life, there's something going on in your life, and it is about a belief system. And a belief system is very much about religion and faith, but also is about a cultural belief system, or a class one. You know, like I live in England. It's, you know, even now, apparently it's not as bad as it used to be, but even now there's still like the royalty, upper class, middle class, lower, you know, working class, which is what I am, working class, bottom of the pile. But that does, I mean, there's going to be different cultural norms for me as a working class woman to a middle class man. And we can overcome those differences, but it will take work and respect and understanding for our different backgrounds. So whatever the influence is, you don't have to let it ruin it. This could be, you know, your moving away is your acceptance that they have a different belief system to you, or a different attitude. You know, you could be very heavily into tarot and astrology and crystal healing and all the rest of all the other, you know, new age spiritual things that we're all interested in. They could be a complete atheist and think that it's all rubbish. But as long as you respect their atheism and their lack of belief, and they respect your beliefs, you'll be fine. And this could be where the big happy changes come from. You know, some of you don't, you know, no problem with your relationship, work or anything, but there's something in your life that you need to change, and it's going to happen. We've effectively, if I just remove that, we've effectively got 3 cards that are saying the same thing. Letting go, moving on, changing. So whatever is going on in your life that you need a change, want to change, have been working towards a change, you're going to get it. And it's a big happy one. So whatever, you know, even if you're starting off from scratch, it doesn't matter. You're going to have a big happy change in your life. And some of you, yeah, it's to do with this, but others of you, it's not. It's a nice, simple, easy message. This is the first one and this one. Straight to the point. You're moving on from something, giving yourself a fresh start, and it's going to be good and big and happy for you. So even if your journey takes a bit longer and it takes a while for this to come through, you're on the journey. Some of you are getting the change in July, some of you are starting it and will reap the rewards a bit further into the future. That's fine. That's fine. As long as you're moving in the right direction, you're moving. Doesn't matter how slowly you're doing it. That's just such a nice reading. I really enjoyed giving you that, those of you that chose option 2. You're moving on, which is good. Good work. So I'm going to leave you with that. Have a lovely July, whichever July that you're going to be watching this for. Thank you very much for listening to me. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, comment, subscribe and all the rest of it. I wish you all the best of luck for the future. Please take very good care of yourself, and goodbye. Hello, those of you that chose option 3. This is your reading. What can you expect in July? So we'll start off with these. I'll lay them out and then we'll discuss them. So the Archer, that's the Chariot card. The Woodward, that's the Strength card. So you've got 2 major arcanas. We have keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. That's interesting. No. Okay. All right, let's see how this all works together and I'll think about it. So importantly, the Chariot and the Archer. Sorry, I nudged my tripod there. So you're going to have an active month. It's a Chariot. It's the Archer, sorry, I shouldn't say that, but this is the energies that it embodies. They're so focused. You're going to be focused on something. You're going to be taking aim, and I'm wondering for some of you whether you're taking aim on to meet someone. You know, some of you are taking aim and thinking about who you're going to meet in love. You maybe you've got some dates coming up. Maybe you've joined Tinder or something, you know, or dating apps, or if you're going the old traditional route and trying to meet people, or speed dating or whatever. You're taking aim at something. It could not be love related, it could be work related, friendship related, personal ambition related. You are absolutely moving forward with determination, precision and action. That archer is so focused on what, she's hunting. She's got a wolfhound next to her, and you can just see that arrow fly with a massive thunk at the speed of light through to whatever she's aiming at. That's you. So if you've got your eye or your mind on something at the moment, in July you will be acting on it and moving towards it, and you're going to know what you're doing as well. People don't always remember this about the Chariot, but the Chariot knows exactly where it's going and where it's moving towards, because if you're going to be like, shooting an arrow, you can't just let it loose, all that power. You've got to focus and aim towards your target. You are going to be exercising immense self-control. Strength. It's strength, fortitude, inner strength, power, but it's resilience and calm. This hunter knows how to hunt, and the reason he's successful is that he's calm and patient. He's not hysterical or overwhelmed. He is in control of himself, and it's about being in control of all the things that don't do us any good. So if some of you are trying to stay to your diet, it suggests that you will stay on your diet. If you're trying to give up smoking, if you're trying to cut back on the booze, or cigarettes, booze, food, anything that's unhelpful or unhealthy for you, if you're the sort of person that can't get off social media and you're thinking, I've got to stop, you're going to be focused on it, and you're going to be able to stop yourself. And it's about the things that frighten you as well. Strength card, she's usually holding on to the line. It's about controlling your own fears, the voice in your head that goes, you can't do it, you're a failure. What are you doing standing there trying to make out you know what you're doing and you're any good? It's all the voices in your head that sap your confidence, that the self-destructive thoughts, but you're going to be in control of them. And more than the others, I really get this feeling that for some of you it's very much about love, because we've got this keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So for some of you, something's going on. Let's get the love covered first. That if you're trying to meet someone, or you're going to meet someone and you're thinking, right, I'm going to go and meet them, I'm nervous as anything, but I'm going to do it, I'm in control, I'm going to stay chill, calm and everything. And you think that this person you're going to meet is a particular type of person, your usual type, the usual type of person that you fancy, that you date. Some of you even marry this type of person. They're not going to be like that. So if you've had a few relationships that have not gone well, if you've had a few dates that have not gone well, you're going to meet somebody and it's going to go really well for you, but they're not your usual type. They're not your usual person. So if you're sort of always going out with somebody that's the life and soul of the party, that takes you out everywhere or goes out with you everywhere, that very focused on appearances and fashion and all that, you're going to meet somebody that sort of, well, I prefer to stay at home, and as long as I'm clean and tidy and feel comfortable, I'm not that fussed what I wear. Do you know what I mean? Or if you only ever go out with somebody that shares, sorry about that little rattle, if you go out with somebody that shares all the same interests as you, you might meet somebody that doesn't share that many interests in you, but that could make it interesting for you. If you're not looking for love, you still need to keep an open mind in July. Some of you are going to get that. Some of you are going to meet somebody in July that's not your usual type, but I think you're going to be very attracted to them. very attracted to them, and you're going to have to keep cool, keep an open mind, and not like sort of instantly reject them because they're not who you normally date or whatever. Outside of love, there's something going on in your life that you need to keep an open mind over, because it's not the way that you thought it was going to go. You know, it's sort of your expectations and what you would normally try and make happen. Sorry, that's the rabbit who's been really good recently, and suddenly in the past couple of videos has been not so good, so I apologise for that. Sorry I made you jump, made me jump as well. Okay, back on course. Whatever you expected to happen isn't going to happen, and I feel this is where the no comes in. Some of you might be planning on something, wanting something, thinking it's going to happen in a certain way, and it's saying, no, it's not. Keep an open mind, because I feel that something good's coming to you in love, or in your job, in your friends, your family, or whatever, and it's not what you thought was going to happen, what you're thinking is going to happen, what maybe even what you want to happen. It's saying no, something else, but the message is your soulmate, so whatever it is good. It's just not what you thought. That's where the no comes in for me, because it's not what you're thinking. If you've got in your mind your blind date is going to look this way, be this sort of person, no. If you think that your dream career, it's not going to be your dream career, it's, you know, there's going to be something else that maybe is a better match. But you're not to worry, because you have the strength and you have the ambition and determination to make a success of whatever is to come for you as an individual in July. So that's your reading, those of you that chose option 3. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, comment, subscribe and all the rest of it. Contact me if you want a private reading. All the information you need is in the description box. Otherwise, please take very good care of yourself. I wish you all the best of luck for the future. Thank you very much for listening to me, and goodbye. Hello everybody that chose option 4. This is your reading. What is going to happen to you in July? Now, I'm going to apologise. Can you hear the rattling? I'm wondering whether to take the rattle. I just sense that this is going to be an ongoing problem while I try and give you your reading. Should I remove it before we get into it? Yes, I am. I'm just going to pause it and take the rattle from the rabbit, not the baby. Don't panic. It's from the bunny rabbit. Right, I've deprived the rabbit of the rattle. I mean, if I actually had kids, I don't know how I would be able to do this. I'd have to wait till they were fast asleep and do it in the middle of the night or something. But anyway, no, just 2 rabbits. So enough about me, more about you. What's going to be happening in July? So I'll just lay them all out and then we'll interpret them. Balance. The Stag, 2 major arcanas. Romance next. Engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Unlikely. Okay, how am I going to interpret that? Okay, right, let's get moving then, and then I'll see how that fits in. So in July, you really can expect balance, basically merging of aspects of yourself. It's about like our dual personalities. We all have good and evil within us, or the potential for good and evil, you know, and it's sort of, if you merge the two, you don't sort of devalue the two, but you sort of make you a more well-rounded, realistic, reasonable person, because you understand the importance of doing very good things, but you also understand the desire behind doing very bad things. And you can sort of work within that. And if you understand the good and bad parts of yourself, you will be a more complete person. You will be a wiser person. You will be a mature person. And you will be so strong. I can't reiterate to it. If you Manage to accept the parts of you that can be rejected by others, the parts of you that may be socially unacceptable. You know, within your society. I'm not talking about please accept parts of you that are just plainly illegal, if you indulged in them, which I don't think anybody watching this video would do. But you understand my point is that if you merge the parts of yourself that you like and you don't like and accept yourself as a whole being that can do things very, very wrong as well as can do things very, very right, you'll be happier. So I almost feel that in July you're going to get an important life lesson on that. You're going to really get the opportunity to balance out something. And this can be in a short, sort of sweet, shallow way, in that, you know, you've had a try at something and you realise that you have no talent, but you're going to carry on doing it because you love it. Or that you recently, you know, went into a shop and were a bit rude to the person at the checkout just because you were grumpy or having a bad day, and you realise that, yeah, you are the sort of person, no matter how wonderful you try and be and how fair and balanced and good and lovely, that sometimes you have a bad day and you snap at people that don't deserve to be snapped. I don't believe for a millisecond there are people that don't wake up on the wrong side of the bed, that are grumpy, they've not had enough sleep, they've not had enough to eat, they're just fed up and they're tired and they've got to go to the supermarket and they just snap the head off the grumpy person behind the counter, you know, or whatever. It's just who we are as human beings. The aim is to try at all times to be fair, equal and kind and just, but accept that we are human. And this is what you're, you know, being presented with in July, a lesson in that, or the opportunity to finally accept it. And it might be an acceptance in stages, so don't worry about it. But yeah, balancing out something within yourself. You might be letting go of negative things in your life, mindset, activities, addictions that, you know, have unbalanced your life, and then you can rebalance them. And sometimes we don't do enough of the naughty things that make us feel good, like, you know, cheat days when you're on a diet. Sometimes you need a cheat day where you just eat junk food. Yeah, you're going to feel rubbish at the end of the day, but the absolute joy of eating like chips and, you know, eating biscuits and sweets and stuff, it's just wonderful. And sometimes you just need that sort of sense of balance in your life, that you eat really well and you have a cheat day. And along those lines for you, Stag, it's not telling a dissimilar story. It's about, in essence, the balance and the law of the land. It's about the actual phrase, which I adore from the book, is the land and its king are one. You know, that's a very old thought process, you know, for particularly Northern Europe, which is that the king, it must be in unification with the land, and if the land is unhappy with the king, it will fail, which unfortunately got quite a lot of innocent leaders killed when a crop would fail. I just think in July, what you can expect is being focused on unifying yourself and standing by that and being strong. This stag is a defender. I'm positive that there are parallels to the Justice card for this book. You know, he's got the shield, it's got the oak tree on it, and he's got his axe, and he just looks like, don't mess with me, and I'm in complete agreement, I don't want to mess with him. You're going to have to defend something in your life. This is where the balance comes in. That you're balancing out your life by having the things that you need in it, that you want in it, and getting rid of the things that you know are just not doing you any good. So this could be in relation to an actual love situation of engagement. That some of you are making a choice to commit in a deeper way to someone that you're in a relationship with. This is maybe where the balancing out is, that you're merging, you know, the ideas of your single life with being with someone, because we're different people as a single individual that doesn't have to think about anyone else, and we're a different person in a relationship. So yeah, your love life is ascending to a high level of commitment. There's just commitment going on there in your love life. Maybe you're taking it more seriously to meet somebody. If you're single, you're just taking it much more seriously to meet someone. And again, this is why you're changing. If you're not looking for love, or your love is already, you know, you're married, long time, everything's fine there. There's something in your life that you're really starting to commit to. And that's so evident from these two cards. That you're balancing yourself out, you're getting strong to defend something, you're being balanced and equal and fair. You know, it's judgment as well. And as a consequence, you're ready to commit to something at a deep level. Now, unlikely is really sticking out like a sore thumb for me in this reading. There's something that maybe a lot of you are thinking about where you've asked a question and the answer's unlikely. And of course, that depends on who you are. But because I want further clarification, I'm just going to do another card. So we're just going to shuffle. Don't stop. Yes. Don't stop, yes. I don't know why it said unlikely and now it says don't stop, yes. So I think there's something that you know, if you think it's unlikely that all this is going to pan out, no, it's not unlikely. You know, I'm going to fail, unlikely. I think you are going to balance things out and you are going to be able to commit. So if you're a bit of a commitment phobe, you're changing yourself, and you're actually, you know, you might not even realise you're consciously doing it, but you're changing and maturing, and eventually, you know, you are going to be at the point where you can commit and be in a relationship, even if you think, I want to be single forever. Good people do. You know, if you think I'm going to be single forever, it's unlikely. You're also being told don't stop, and I think that's related to that. And I think that there's some answer of yes in terms of what you're saying, am I really going to meet someone and do that? Yes. I'm getting now through those two cards, there's a sense here of disbelief over a lot of you about what's being said. And I think this is where the unlikely comes from. And the message is, it is going to happen, so don't stop. Unify yourself, defend it, be judgmental toward yourself. It's like the Justice card. Be fair, balanced, equal. And in a sense, emotionless, but not too much if it is about love. That's no good. Yeah. You're getting a really big, important life opportunity here to change as a human being. You're transcending one place and moving into another. And it's not physical place, it's place within you. It's like you're maturing, you're going through a life cycle. And I almost feel that there's just a lot of people that really disbelieve it. But the cards are saying, don't disbelieve it, don't stop. Yes, it's happening. Your love life, you are ascending to a higher level of something, commitment, engagement, moving on in your relationship. You are moving on and trust in it, trust in the process. You're going to be fine. And this is, I think July for you is going to be a really important month where you're really tested on it almost. Like you've really got to, you know, it's going to be happening. Some of you might be unwilling, but it's going to happen, that you will almost like forgive yourself over something and learn from it. And then become the defender of, you know, defender of it. But you are ascending. I feel more than people in love that you are ascending to a high level of something, and that you are committing to something or someone in your life. And I feel actually for a lot of you, you know exactly what unlikely means. Even if I'm a bit confused about it, I think you know. And the message is yes, don't stop, or don't stop, yes. I now feel that I've definitely given the reading. There was something missing, but those two cards have done it. So those of you that chose option 4, that's your July. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, comment, subscribe and all the rest of it. If you want a private reading with me, you can email me. Just check the description box, read what I've put, then send me an email. Otherwise, I wish you all the best of luck for the future. Please take very good care of yourself. Thank you very much for listening to me, and goodbye.